Hi teachers, in this video I want to walk you through some of the updates we've made for accessing Gale Resources through both Now Clever and Google, so you can post things directly in Google Classroom and students can get there with one click. The really cool thing about the Gale Resources is while we purchase it at the high school for US history, world history, and a few other things, we also get Gale in Context for the elementary resources from InfoHio. So the elementary is also now available through this, and you can bypass InfoHio altogether and get directly into the Gale resources. So I'm going to start in Clever. Going to scroll down. Right now it is underneath the Media Center resources, and we're just going to go ahead and click on Gale Resources. Let Clever do its thing. And you're going to find several different things that we have access to. So right here is that Gale in Context Elementary. I'm going to show you that. And then I'm also going to jump into some of the different high school resources we have. We also have some library and some ebooks that are a little bit older, but if you find something in there that works for you, feel free to use it. The one nice thing about the ebooks is they are unlimited simultaneous access. So you don't have to have one student using it and the other student can't get it. So if you find something great in there, go ahead and use it. You can use it across your entire class pretty easily. Now, the nice thing about Gale is everything looks very similar once you're in the platform. We're going to start off going into the elementary resource. And I'm going to highlight a few things that you're going to find in each platform. So the first thing that you're going to find in each platform is way at the top, you're going to find the Google Classroom button. This will trigger creating a Google Classroom assignment, much like it does in many other applications. You'll also find a Get Link button. So what's the difference? Pretty much nothing. However, the Google Classroom button starts the creation of the assignment right from Gale. Get Link is great if you are wanting to build an assignment and add multiple things to that assignment. Sometimes I prefer to just get the link and copy and paste that in Classroom. Both work identically. I think that's dinner. So another thing that's very similar is how you search through things. So Gale is set up with topics, and once you narrow down in the topics, then it's going to give you a breakdown for that different area. Obviously, the elementary is very picture oriented for students, and students at any grade level can actually use this. They do not have to be elementary students. So we're going to click on mammals. Probably going to get some more choices. Oh, nope, this is, oh yes, I'm going to get more choices. Let's go into Arctic foxes. So at the very top of every Gale article is going to be a little summary. It's kind of just a quick snapshot of what the topic is about. And then we've got a couple of quick facts in the elementary. This is what is very similar between the upper level resources and the lower level resources, with the exception of reading level. So you're going to see book articles, news, magazines. You can pull up any of these. Now, if I want to link to this whole collection about Arctic fox, I can click that link here and students will go to this direct page. If I want to link to a very specific article, I can click on that article, pull that up, and click the link here, and students can go to that direct page there. I also have the ability to highlight and have notes within Gale, and I have different accessibility tools, listen, text smaller, text bigger, translate, and the article info. If you're trying to teach about citations, they already have the citation information built in for students as well. You'll notice the dots on the little domino-like shapes. This exists in both platforms, and it'll give you an idea about the approximate reading level. In the older platforms, you'll be easily able to see a Lexile level as well. So depending on what you're clicking on, you can find media resources as well. As I scroll down further, I can see that I get different pictures of Arctic fox and Arctic fox, so I can dive into this as well. we're going to head back out. We're going to click library menu, North Olmsted High School, heads back out to all of the databases that we have access to. And when I head back out, we're going to actually head into Gale in Context Science so that you can see, again, high school platform, very, very similar. We've got our topics, but obviously the topics are way more in depth than you would find at the elementary level. If I click on something like cloning, I'm going to find that summary at the top. Here's that Get Link button and the ability for highlighting and notes. Then you'll notice at the upper level, we get lots more types of resources. So Gale is a curated collection. They take the time. You can look into all the research on what types of resources they pick from and how they fact check things and how they verify before they add it to their collection. So you always find featured first. And then we've got references, videos, magazines, and so on and so forth. And you'll notice those dominoes again, but obviously those dominoes meaning a little bit different in the upper level. A 5 is a 1420 Lexile. So that's going to be a little bit different than what you see at the lower level. Now, you do have the read aloud, so students can always have things read aloud when they click into an article. Here's that read aloud there as well. One thing that I do want to point out is the advanced search. So we're going to go into the advanced search specifically in the science because you never know what you will find when you go into the advanced search. And if we advanced search by content type, and we're going to scroll down and advanced search for simulations and click search, we get 334 different simulations that you can use with students. No account needed. Students can manipulate the simulation. And obviously, these are all at a higher level. If I want to search specifically within that, I can click over here and come and search within. Let's search gravity. And it's coming up with 14 different simulations that are pertaining to gravity. So once I click into one of these simulations, we'll give it a moment to load. You can see all of the directions here. You do have the option to open the activity in a larger window, and students can then get this link as well. Now, what happens on the student end? We're actually going to take this link and pretend we posted it in Google Classroom, but for the purpose of this training video, I'm just going to open up another browser and paste it there. So this is exactly what I would post in Google Classroom. Take a look at that. Absolutely nothing to do. It recognized I was in my Google account. I didn't even have to be signed into Clever this time, and I was good to go. So students can get there, no more problems with accessing that content. So hopefully it will make it a lot more accessible for you as you use this with students. One last thing I do want to point out is actually an awesome highlight in the elementary version of Gale. So, whoops, wrong thing. I'm going to go back here, click into that View Gale Databases. This is awesome for littles who are still figuring out how to click on buttons. So see this sound off button? If I click and I turn down the sound on, I don't have to do anything besides hover.
I wonder, what is the purpose of a turtle shell?
So I can hover over any text on the page and it will read it aloud to me. That is awesome. I like the little I wonder. It's a great way.
Find out.
We're going to turn that off because at this moment it's a little annoying. There's a great little quick I wonder that you could start your day with. It kind of reminds me of things you might find on Wonderopolis or some other sites that get students wondering about the world around them. And you can use this as a launch for a topic or just to kind of get students excited about what this has to offer, but also what they can learn. If you have any questions or problems with Access or want to dive into Gale further, please don't hesitate to reach out. They have a wonderful collection of different trainings and tutorials and things to help teachers get going, but that is also something that I can step in and help you with as well. I hope you find this pretty awesome and you can use this in some way in your classroom if it applies to what you're doing.